Hi, it's Ray from Pro Shaper Workshop in Charlton, Massachusetts, and I think I'll try to make this a regular feature every week. I've done the metal slapper before. I've got a nice video on how to make that metal slapper, but a wood slapper is a very important tool too to have, and it's just the shape that you want and a piece of inexpensive wood. This is hardwood from a shipping skid or a shipping crate. I get them all the time, and I ended up using them mostly for firewood. Give them away to people who need them for firewood. I made up this little nice design for the slapper, and we're going to cut this out in the bandsaw, and then we'll take a little 3-inch grinder and dress it all up, and we'll put some leather on it. So we'll do a quick little video, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll put the dimensions of this on our website, www.proshaper.com, and you can download this and maybe print it out in 2 pieces on your printer. So we'll break it up into 2 pieces, we'll scale it, and then you'll be able to print out the pattern on your regular home printer, and then all you got to do is cut it all out. So the next step for making this is I'm going to cut this. This skid wood is a little suspect sometimes. It has a crack in it, and so I'm hoping I've selected the best spot for this. It looks like it's really nice hardwood, and we'll cut that up and get this piece out of here, and then start cutting it out, and hopefully we don't have any cracks. And you always got to watch for nails so you don't wreck your bandsaw blade when you're cutting this out. So when I come back, I'll have it all trimmed out as far as around its circumference, but then we'll have to narrow down the handle so it becomes a good grip, and then we'll dress it up a little bit, and then we'll put a leather face on it. Alright, so now I've got the main body all cut out, but I've got to narrow up this handle so it feels good in your hand here. So I'm trying to get a center line going here. Just eyeball this center line. There's our center line. I'm off about 40 thousandths this way, I think. Alright, so we'll come in like that. And we'll make a template off of this too, so you'll have that dimension there. I really love to freehand stuff. It's a nice way to explore ideas. I've been drawing since I was probably about 4 years old. That doesn't look too bad. So we'll cut that, and then we're going to take a 3-inch 50 grit grinder, air grinder, and we'll grind this all up nice. You can see the wood actually is pretty nice. No, there's no cracks that are present at all. So it's a super hardwood. I don't even know what it is, to tell you the truth, but it should do the job really nice. So we'll bandsaw that up, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, so we got it all cut out, and now this is all square, and we want to round that a little bit there, and we want to round this a lot so that we'll get a really good grip. It's wider on the back here, which means that it's more user-friendly as far as it won't slip out of your hand so much. So, and then I added this little diagonal on the end here, which I'm going to grind this way to just give it a little decorative touch there. But this is going to be radius quite a bit, just a little in here. So we'll take that, a brand new 50 grit, I use Norton Blaze on a little air grinder, and we'll show a little bit of it, and then we'll do it off camera and then show you the finished product. All right, it's important you use a brand new disc, because if it's been grinding steel already, it's lost its edge a little bit and it won't cut the wood as nice. So yeah, I should have gloves on and then put a face mask and everything, but I'm trying to just do the little bit of the video here, and then I'll put all the safety equipment on. So we're going to try to get it so it doesn't It works the best. Now I'll follow this up with a foam pad, a rotary foam pad, and we'll show a little bit of that, and this thing will be all sanded up beautifully. Even here where it's rough, it only takes minutes to get it to be nice and smooth. So we'll get the rest of it all ground up and we'll come back. So here we are. That was with the Norton Blaze 50 grit roll lock. Shaped it all up, put the radiuses on, got a really nice radius on the handle. It feels really good. Your thumb sits right like that, or you can go like that too, either way. And then we put a mild radius on here and a little stronger radius here and around the nose. And I gave this little decorative diamond on the end here too. So now that 50 grit, it's probably all right the way it is, but I'm going to take and use that little Harbor Freight detail sander, and I'll just show you a minute of it. Then I'll put my safety gear all on, but we'll show you how nice this will come out with it. And this is 80 grit, 2-inch 80 grit. So that foam pad navigates around all those nice radiuses and smooths them out beautifully. This is all done by eye too. You got to learn to do stuff by eye. Back in the 90s, I was working on a 540K Mercedes Cabriolet A, doing a lot of restoration work on it. And at that time, I was reading the Wall Street Journal on a daily basis. And fun little story, the owner of the Mercedes was figuring he was going to get about $1 million on the sale of the Mercedes if he was lucky. And here I am reading this story in the Wall Street Journal of these, back at the turn of the century in the 1900s, these fishermen in the wintertime, they would carve duck decoys. And it sort of looks like a little duck decoy. And I'm looking at these duck decoys, which there's a regular antique trade on them. And they were selling for like $2.5 million for one duck decoy. So maybe in 100 years, this might be worth 100 grand or something. Who knows? So you can see how nice that comes out. So we'll do that off camera. We'll get the finished product, and then we're going to put some leather on the face. All right, so after about 10 minutes with that Harbor Freight little 2-inch hook it foam pad little detail sander, all the 50 grit grind marks from the other little 3-inch air grinder all came out. We put the nice little soft radiuses everywhere. This handle is really comfortable. And I left that little detail on there. I made that little diamond on the back as a little decorative detail. Now, what goes on here now is vegetable tanned leather, and it's usually about 3/16 or a quarter thick or so. And last summer, I have a gentleman in town here who has a permanent yard sale every weekend. He's always open, and I always go in there. He's always got something interesting. So I usually buy this leather from McMaster Carr. They sell it in all kinds of widths and lengths and stuff, and it's a little pricey. I don't know, probably $20 for a little piece this big or something. I'd have to look it up. But he had this nice weightlifting belt in there, which is the same material. And it didn't fit me. I'm not going to go on a diet anytime soon. So I says, well, that will make a great slapper face material. So hopefully we get 2 slappers out of this. And it was folded over like that. And this is where you want to attach it, is up here. So it's already got the nice fold in it. So all I got to do is mark it, cut it, and then screw it. And then we'll oil this all up, and it'll take its nice color and everything. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll have it ready to go. So I got the leather all cut up in the bandsaw, and it turns out, look at this, perfect. Got enough leather left for another one. Plus, got a strap for a hood, an old fire truck or something like that. There's your hood strap right there. So that was a pretty good $5 purchase. Now I got a leather belt punch. I got it marked off here. And I'm going to use these sheet metal screws because I don't want the screws breaking, and sheet metal screws are hardened, and they should be no problem going into that wood. We'll put a little grease on them. And we got 6 holes we got to punch here. Try to get them all about the same. All right, there's 3 there. And then we'll have 3 over here. So we'll punch these holes. We'll drill the holes, get it mounted, and get the screws in there, probably take them out, and then I'll oil this and then put it all back together again, and you'll see it all finished. I think it's going to be a nice little piece. All right, marking this out, then we'll drill those holes out. It's a little white grease on the screw threads. It really nicely. We're going to take this apart again because we're going to oil this up. So now we got to get the holes drilled over on this side. We're not going through. Okay, well, let's do those, and I'll mark the other one with the, just drill into it. Drill this. These are the Harbor Freight cordless drills I found. I bought 2 of them. I found them to be very, very good machines. Very happy with them. I have a bunch of different ones. Yeah, and this white grease, I get that from McMaster Car. This is the best white grease I've ever used. I've used the ones in the tubes before, and it's very runny. This stuff is really thick and really holds on. Really good stuff. One little tub like that lasts years. I got the leather all nice and tight around the nose and on the body. That's a nice machine there. Nice tool. So next we'll take that all apart and we'll oil it up with this wood treatment here. Let's see what it looks like. All right, we'll put some oil and wood food on here. Brush that on. You see now the color's coming up good. That's something I get at Home Depot. This will seal it. This is the best part of doing any woodwork, is when you let the color come through on your wood. Really nice. I just sanded it with 80. If I sanded it with 120, it would be a little bit better, but 80's fine on this. A nice rag on it. That should do it. Now we assemble it back up again. So there you have it, the finished product. It's good for another 100 years or so. That'll be a welcome addition in the shop. I always have a whole bunch of students and need 2 or 3, 4 slappers at all times. So it's not a $2 million duck decoy, but in 100 years it might be worth 100 grand. So this is a nice little project you can make at home. The cost is very inexpensive. We're going to be doing these make your own tools videos probably a couple times a month probably, and we'll have a little section on the website where you can download the free template for this, and we'll have a dimension drawing and you can make it yourself. And there's a whole bunch of ideas I've got for little tools that are very helpful in the metal shaping shop. All right, so thanks for watching. It's Ray from Pro Shaper in Charlton, Mass. And remember, metal is clay.